Hey mate, here's my weekly wrap up. Starting again with deadlifts. So on this day it was 222.5 with 3 sets of 4. You'll see three of the 4 sets here. These went alright actually. I was a little bit sort of concerned going into these, as last week was feeling pretty crappy, but these moved all right. Looking back on it at the time, probably was actually a bit harder than it looks on film, but yeah, pretty happy with how these moved. This last set here is probably my best set. Just sort of was a bit more patient off the floor, which I'm sort of learning that I need to do a bit more with this stiffer bar, and the lockout move was a bit smoother due to that. Up next here is the Spoto press from that day. So this is just an 8 RPE, 117, 3 sets of 3. So you'll sort of see how much stronger I am, and without going to my chest with a little bit above it. So generally my Spoto and my pin presses are quite a bit stronger, because where I'm weakest is sort of at the bottom. Up next is the squats from the Friday. So this is 167, 4 sets of 4. This is pretty easy. I mean, anything with the bout has been pretty easy. These all move pretty well. I was pretty happy with this, getting a good pop out of the bottom. And then here we have a depth view, which I'm pretty happy with. It's all generally pretty good, so moved well on this day. I think I was feeling strong. So yeah, squat's feeling good. Starting to dial it in pretty well. Pretty happy with how it's all moving. So after this, I was away for the weekend, so this is on Friday, so I went away for Saturday, Sunday, Monday, as well as a public holiday here on Monday. So coming in next clip, first of all we have the bench from that same day. So this was actually probably a little bit harder than I would have liked it to be. 122 for 3. So this is my top set of 3. Yeah, a little bit harder than I'd like it to have been. Bench is sort of starting to feel like it's stagnating a bit. This set here was with a little bit of a heavier touch. So you'll see I'm generally quite a light toucher on the chest, and then that last set before was a little bit of a heavier touch than usual. Just trying it out. So like I said, this is the Monday. So these are my reps. Tuesday after 3 days off. So these were a bit hard after 3 days off on holiday. But they moved all right. Just felt a little bit heavy. 3 sets of 7. No bout. So moving fairly well considering. Pretty happy with them. I was actually pretty knackered going into this session, and afterward I was absolutely gassed. So the legs have been a bit sore from this one. Not really sure why. Might have just been the 3 days off or just accumulating. So this was the Tuesday. Coming up, the next clip will be on the same day, and then after that is the Wednesday, and then I'll be training on the Thursday, which is today, and then Friday as well. So 4 days in a row, like I emailed you about. So interested to see how deadlifts will go today. Pretty sore at the moment, but I think I'll be alright. Should be able to get through it. Alright, so this is from the Tuesday as well. 4 sets of 6, bench. This actually moved alright. I mean, this is a pretty doable weight for me, to be honest. And up next is the pause squats from yesterday. So these actually felt by far the best they've ever felt. So this first set here, you'll see I'm actually wearing my brother's higher heeled shoes. So I just thought I'd give them a go. maybe felt a little bit more drive from the legs, a bit more upright, but to be honest, kind of prefer my lower heeled Powerlift 2.0s, which you'll see in the next clip. I chucked them back on. With the high heeled shoe, I just felt a little less tighter in the bottom of the hole, and this is with my normal squat shoes on. Just sort of did that just for fun, just to try them out, see how things would go. But yeah, I find the higher heeled shoe sort of doesn't give me, like, sort of the depth is, feel like I'm going a lot lower. So I think I'll stick with these. But yeah, like I said, these pause squats actually felt really good. I was quite surprised considering the fatigue from the sort of the day before. So up 5 kilos from the week before and feeling probably a bit better actually. This is the bench from the same day. 110, 5 fours, feeling pretty easy, pretty smooth. So all in all, training's going well. Interested to see how today's and tomorrow's sessions work out after doing 4 days in a row. But I think I'll be fine, to be honest. So it's nothing I haven't done before. Might just not, it's obviously not optimal, but I will survive. So yeah, all's going good, and looking forward to the last week of this block next week, and should all be go for coming up to the meet prep. Alright, cheers for that, mate, and I'll catch you up. Cheers.